Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here once again with another video on The Flash. Yeah, you've guessed it, Season 7. Come on, catch up. So all the DC TV shows that film up in Vancouver at least have just started or are about to start their breaks over Christmas and the holidays. I'm sure like the ones that film in Atlanta like Black Lightning and Stargirl are also on their way to going on break, but at least ones in Vancouver wrapping up. Now they return at random points. Some are gone for like a month, like 4 weeks. Some are only gone for a couple of weeks, like 2.5 by the looks of it. The Flash does seem to be one of the shows that has a like a shorter break compared to the majority of the shows. But yeah, some filming just wrapped up, and thanks to some stuff from set, we know about some weird things. That's probably the best way to describe it. Weird things that are going on with Barry that also tie into the previous video we did about some other Flash set photos. Even though they weren't filming at that point, it was more Flash setting up to film at a certain set photos. That's probably the best way to word it. So in that video from a few days ago, maybe a few days ago, don't know when this video goes up, which will be linked in the description of this video, as I don't want to spend half of this video reciting exactly what I said there. There will be a flashback or potentially time travel scene to 1998 where a childhood memory of Barry will take place, which actually had been referenced earlier in the show's run, specifically Season 3, in a conversation between Barry as well as Savitar Barry. Now, there was speculation about how all of this was going to fold out onto the show or into the show as a whole, and a potential storyline or villain, like who's doing all of this. And it seems we might have a decent grasp of what is going on in this episode by the looks of it. But of course, throughout the video, let me know your opinions and mainly theories as well. I'm very curious to hear what you guys might think is going on in this episode. Let me know in the comment section down below. I'm always curious, because sometimes you're right. And I might be like, I have no idea what's going on. And then someone's like, Pagey, you're an idiot. This is exactly what's going on. And then they're correct. So you might be that person. So let me know in the comment section down below. And of course, if you're going to enjoy the video, you're excited from what you see, you just want to support the channel, why not drop a like on the video? It takes 2 seconds. It means a lot. Now, just to note, I am not 100% sure what episode number it is that they are filming in the specific episode. It appears to be either episode 6 or 7, just based off scheduling. 6 is probably the most likely one, or the more likely one, but it could be episode 7. However, based off what is going on in this episode, even though it might seem like it's a crazy long time, or it is a crazy long time that is being taken to film these episodes, if this is the case, it could be episode 5. Now, the reason I say that is that episode 5 for The Flash Season 7 is called Fear Me. Obviously, we had the first 5 episode titles come out like a week or 2 ago, and that's episode 5's title, Fear Me. And that seems like a very fitting title based off what we are seeing go down in this episode. But then again, maybe the villains or the villain or villains that are causing all this to happen to Barry are introduced in episode 5, and what is playing out here in this episode is just a follow-on. We'll have to wait and see, I guess. We don't know. Now, in regards to the photos and information in this video, they are coming from Canadagraph, so link in the description will be to his blog post if you want to go see the other photos that are there, and more info, because I don't include it all. You can do that. Links in the description. Do it after you watch the video. Now, some of this stuff might seem a bit random, or as I said before, weird, but when we tie it all together at the end, it should make some sort of sense, hopefully, unless I've driven myself to insanity and just a weird mental state from going over this, and now I'm passing it over to you. If that's the case, sorry not sorry, you can bask in this insanity with me. We're a team. But there was a scene where there is this guy in Roman soldier attire. It's not gladiator attire, as if he is doing like battle in the Colosseum, but it's a Roman soldier in Roman soldier attire, as if he's like on his way to, I don't know, take over Egypt back in the day. I don't know, something like that. Now, in this scene, he runs across to a group of seemingly normal random dudes and just hacks them down with his sword randomly, or seemingly killing them. And then he starts to celebrate, not in the Fortnite style or manner that some would want, just in the classical throw your hands up in the air like you don't care style. And this is really the only context for the scene, and if that was all you were told, you would be like, okay, that makes 0 sense to me. Thank you for telling me something I have no idea how to even comprehend or understand. So what the hell is going on? Well, the next scene that was filmed gives some much added context and just reasoning maybe for what is going on. So next up, a scene was filmed where the Flash, who in this case was Grant Gustin, it wasn't a stunt double like we sometimes see. We have Grant reverse yeet his way into an area and is confronted by something. Now, I'm unsure whether it's meant to be CGI or not. I would assume it's CGI, as it doesn't appear to be anything there, just nothing. But yeah, he is confronting something that he seems to be scared of, or at least intimidated by in some way, shape, or form. Now, the important thing that was noted is that the director of the episode yells at Grant Gustin, "Yo, my dude, it's a nightmare. You can't escape it, dog." But unfortunately for Barry, he actually can't escape it, so he's not going against what is faced in front of him. And it seemingly attacks him or just overcomes him. Whatever's in front of him does that, and he's knocked down to the ground. Now, the thing that happens next is probably the cause for it all, or at least some sort of catalyst for it all. So, next, a person in a red and black mask shows up. It may look pink and black on screen. I saw some people online saying it looks pink and black, but it's red and black, apparently. Now, to me at least, it looks like a mask of sort of Japanese in origin. I've seen Japanese masks before, and this for some reason reminds me of that type of style. So I don't know if that exactly or specifically points to who the villain could be exactly, but I am struggling to pick out who this could be if it is anyone from the comics. It could be a completely different take on an already existing villain from the comics, maybe someone that's not even associated with the Flash in the comics, or it is potentially an original villain for the show for this episode, which isn't anything new. We've had, multiple original villains already created on the show by this point. Now, in regards to this, red and black masked person, they don't really do anything when they show up. They just sort of show up and then go away as if they're just looking and just spectating. But there were scenes filmed just after the one with the Flash where they got close-ups of this guy in the mask. So what I would assume that these close-up shots also have dialogue from the person in the mask. Something like, "Yes, take the L, Flash," or something like that. Now, obviously, spoiler alert, I'm not the writer of this episode, so the line delivery and just the line in general won't be as good as that "take the L, Flash" line. So something maybe half as good will be in its place, unfortunately. Look, if you want to start the hashtag, get Pager to write the Flash, do that. I have no control over it. Now, the last thing is probably something that's going to be towards the end of the episode, maybe in the final third or just the final act of the episode. And that's that we have the Flash wearing something similar, or maybe it is just this thing, the cerebral inhibitor. Did I say it right? I think I did. In this photo you can see here, it's that, or maybe it's a smaller version of Grodd's telepathic crown. It has the red lights that sort of do that. I don't think the cerebral inhibitor did that. I think it had blue lights and a white light or something. So maybe with the red light stuff there, it makes me think Grodd's telepathic crown. Or maybe it's just a new, completely new contraption or invention that's similar to both of those, but more specific to dealing with the situation at hand in this episode, which is Barry in this nightmare sequence that he's going through, which seems to be brought upon him. Now, you'd have to say that this is sort of to block out whatever's interfering with him, or maybe it allows him to enter a certain nightmare specifically and deal with it, because maybe he has to do that within his own head, something along those lines. You never know, it could be attached to the Speedfall stuff that's going on. Maybe Barry, because in the trailer for season 7, you have that thing the halo goes around his ring, so maybe the Speed Force is messing with his head, and this is to more control him, and it's sort of messing with his memories, maybe making good memories into nightmares, which would line up with what that original flashback scene is that we went over in that other video. So maybe it's making that good memory into a negative memory, something along those lines. I'm very curious about this episode because it just seems extremely weird, but also I'm just extremely curious because it could be fairly cool at the same time. But yeah, in regards to this contraption, I would probably just put my money on cerebral inhibitor, but then again, Grodd telepathic crown, it looks similar to, or it just could be something completely new. It's a flip of the coin, but I'm sure you might have an opinion to put in the comment section down below, so let me know. Now, a lot of people have been asking me, I'm sure there would have been people asking if I didn't bring it up, trailers. So the Batwoman season 2 has released a decent amount of trailers. A lot of the other CW shows have started releasing trailers, but the Flash hasn't had anything since Fandom. It's important to remember they had the Fandom trailer, so they already had a trailer there. There wasn't a demand because there was one already there, which is for episode 1. So I don't think we're going to be getting anything until maybe the middle or late January, and the reason I say that is because I think they're going to want to promote the other shows more until they premiere. So the other shows that are premiering middle of January, like Batwoman and other shows like that, will get their promos and trailers, and they'll wait for Flash, Superman, and even Black Lightning until after that point. But they could give us a treat. They could give us like a sizzle reel, which has shots of all the shows, or maybe all the DC shows, might I say. And it's like maybe like 10 seconds each, 10 to 15 seconds each, and it goes for like a minute and a half, something like that. We've had that previously, but because of the circumstances, that would have been released at a different time in their scheduling year. So I don't know if they would do that this time, but cross your fingers. It might happen. They might drop it. Let's hope so. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could drop a like on it to show support. Let me know in the comment section down below your various opinions on what we went over. Any theories you have. I'm always curious, so let me know in the comments. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. And I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.